My name is Austin Walters, and I am currently or about to do a demo on my new uh, application slash device combination called AlphaBooks. Um, and I haven't slept very much, about 4 hours of sleep, so it's going to affect my results. But in essence, what I'm trying to do is create an application which authors, marketers, entertainers, really anyone can use EEG data to determine how interested a person is and exactly what point they lose interest. So I'm gathering a lot of data from this EEG, which I currently have. I'm going to be using the emotive for testing right now. Um, I'm currently looking at alpha waves and a few different things. In this case, in this example, I'm going to use their SDK along with a series of other things, how much time is spent per page, and how often a person blinks. So, and tension in the brow, for example, and whatnot, to basically give a raw score on an average per page of how interested a person is. Now, I also keep all the general EEG data, which is probably more useful. And this can be processed after the fact and displayed on the web, so it can be done remotely. So basically, it doesn't need to be done on site, but there is an on-site one as well for the user, just so they can quickly view. If you don't want to pay for a service, for example, if I make this service-based, there is a basic viewer. Further, um, as of right now, my plan is to build my own EEG, and I'm talking to some people here who are building one. They should be able to last about 24 hours of battery life with like a 5-volt battery, which I think is 4 AA's. But you should be able to replace it with lithium ion. I don't know if I'm going to work with them because I don't know how good their EG is, but my intent is to build my own because I want more access to better data. Right now, the way this is going to work is I'm going to need at least 100 people with EEGs, or 100 people reading a book or watching a movie, and or advertisement, music, whatever. And I'm going to need them to like 100 people to do that, and that's not that expensive. It's about I think for 200 100 EEGs it would be $50,000, which is for the emotive Epoch Pros or whatever. They're about $500. Um, but I would really much prefer to have a dedicated one that I built with my own software. I'd get better data access with maybe 16 to 24, maybe even 32 channels that can last 24 hours. Because they currently don't have those. And my lab is working on, like the research lab I'm in, those 3 guys who are building an EEG are working on that. And they look pretty much done. They just need to add the channels. So we will see if I can work with them. Um, anyways, so you should be able to view my screen in the for most of this. So what I'm going to do now is turn on my headset to see how the signals are. Battery life's good because I just charged it, which takes a long time to charge, but it lasts a long time too. I think this lasts for about 7 to 8 hours before I charged it. So, the motive took about, so I would say, you can see right there, 265 seconds to set up. With all my long hair, as you can see, it's about, I don't know, 4 inches long. So it looks like to have a pretty good signal. So I'm going to start testing now, and then periodically I will open it up and see if the signal's still good and whatnot. Now I'm opening my book reader. So we choose book, and I'm going to open Alice in Wonderland. And we're indexing the book, doesn't take that long, and here we go. It's gonna be fun. At this point, we are going to go through the various data we've collected. So at first you can see I'm just going to switch to Alice in Wonderland. And this is what the log or the journal, and you can see the different pages and the dates for each log. And I will switch over to the page times, and you can see we can stretch it and whatnot, and zoom in and zoom out, which is pretty nice. Now you can see these two peaks, and these peaks are the times where I left the application open, but I was resetting the video because it crashed. So that's negligible, or people walked in. And this is the ratings. I decided to rate a lot just to show an example. You can see the dates and the times, and you could again stretch horizontally the different data points, and you can also switch over and view the ratings. I know there's a little bug there where it's spread out again, but that should be easy to fix. Okay, now we'll switch over to the EEG. This is the real awesome part. So you can see we can again zoom in and out. You can see the pages and the actual raw scores out of 100. And if you go to stats, you can also see the EEG rating. So in this case, you have, I'm just going to open up an Xcode, but you have, you can actually just see the data, and you can plot this if you want. See the dates and the different features. There would be a README that explains that. And then this is all the different EEG data. This is just the raw EEG data that would be processed off-site. Sorry, you can only see in the corner of your screen, but whatever. So what's interesting about this data is that the low points are actually, so the low points there are actually going to be the points where I actually found it not interesting. So one of them were, if you go to those actual pages, you can see either I wasn't looking at the camera or that I was completely uninterested and in something like a child's song. And I found that cool, so I figured I'd share that. And those are the points on the lowest point on this map. Also, the highest point is when someone walked in, so clearly I was more enthused when someone walked in and more interactive with them. And that's it.